Just a year after the twin Hooch tragedies that claimed the lives of 22 people in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, another 29 have reportedly lost their lives and over 60 have been hospitalized after allegedly consuming spurious liquor in the state's Kallakurichi district. According to latest reports, majority of the victims are daily wage laborers. Evidence has revealed that the victims allegedly consumed liquor illicitly sold in the markets. Around 200 litres of hooch was recovered and lab reports reveal that methanol was used in brewing the liquor. Further, blood samples of the deceased have been sent to forensics for analysis. Meanwhile, family members of victims are also complaining of sensory losses and severe stomach aches as well. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MK Stalin took to his account on X and expressed his condolences, saying that he is shocked over the deaths and those involved in the crime have been arrested.
It was only last night she consumed the illicit liquor and she was admitted to the hospital this morning. I don't know the exact time she was brought into the hospital, but I was told that she was brought in at around 6 o'clock in the morning and I came at 10:30.
I got to know about the news only in the evening. I came here and asked whether my mother Lakshmi was admitted here. I've been asking them since 10. They just kept saying her name was not here. I climbed 5 to 6 floors to find my mother, but to no avail. Later, the hospital staff showed me a photo and it was confirmed that it was my mother and she has died.
Well, for more on this unfortunate incident, we're now being joined by our special correspondent, Siddharth MP. He's joining us live from Chennai. Welcome to the show, Siddharth. At least 29 people have lost their lives and at least 60 have been hospitalized in the latest Hooch tragedy in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Joining us live from Chennai. Tell us what's the latest on this and what kind of action is being taken in Tamil Nadu as of now.
So as you've pointed out, this is a very serious incident that has shaken the state, because this is a state that has seen 22 deaths, as you pointed out, last year in a different district in Virupuram, and now we have 29 deaths and it's feared that it would go up. At least 36 is the number that we're hearing right now, and you know, there are apprehensions that this number could further increase because there are 60 people in the hospital and a lot of them are under intensive care. It's important to keep in mind that in fact 200 litres of illicit liquor have been seized in the aftermath of this incident. But the major questions being raised are, why was this not nipped in the bud? This is not the first instance that the state government is witnessing such a tragedy. So why not last year? Why did you not crack down last year so that such incidents did not recur at all? Now, you know, almost 35 lives being lost. That's the latest we're getting to hear. So then if such a tragedy had to had to happen and then people had to act, then what's the point? Because what lessons were learned from last year? Right. That's the question being asked. Opposition leader Edappadi Palaniswamy is headed to Kallakurichi to meet the families of the victims. So such as a scenario, it's being taken very seriously in Tamil Nadu. The collector has been suspended. The district police chief is suspended. Multiple police officials from the enforcement and prohibition wing have been suspended. So such is the kind of seriousness with which this matter is being viewed, Raisha.
Right, so I was just coming to that this is not the first time that Tamil Nadu has witnessed the Hooch tragedy. It happened last year as well, wherein 22 people lost their lives. The question being risen, like you also pointed out, is that why is Hooch tragedy repeatedly taking place in Tamil Nadu, and what kind of action was taken back then, which has not been implemented, certainly, because we've seen the latest Hooch tragedy taking place as well.
See, one of the major reasons that's being pointed out is that in the aftermath of the tragedy, of course, there are some arrests made of the bootlegger and, of course, the relevant officials, the collectors and the police chief in that particular district. All of them are transferred out. But the question is why there is no punishment against these officials, and the question is why there is no preemptive action. So what is necessary in such scenarios is preemptive action, where you ensure that there is a total crackdown on such illicit liquor, and it's being widely sold. It's being sold in packets, and in fact women are among the dead. So that's the worst part among this tragedy. So entire families would be distraught in the aftermath of losing a women member. And of course, let's keep in mind that in such a tragedy, what happens is that generally, Tamil Nadu is a state where for decades liquor has been sold in a regulated fashion by the state government. So if one wants to legally buy liquor, the only option is to go to a state government run outlet and purchase liquor there. But then, despite liquor being legally available, how is it that this sort of illegal liquor, or rather illicit liquor, is being brewed and sold? That is the big question.
Right.
Is it because it is cheap? Is it because it is, blended with other chemicals and other substances that people want to prefer that kind of illicit liquor? These are the questions that remain to be answered. Despite liquor being legally available and sold in government outlets, why are people from some certain sections of society actually going in for the dangerous options? And in this current case, it's known that there was a case of methanol poisoning in that particular liquor that was brewed and sold illicitly. So this is what has led to this kind of an immeasurable tragedy, Raisha.
Right, Siddharth. Thank you so much for joining us on Newspike. We'll of course be tracking this very closely with you.